You hear that sound? That's the sound of Donald Trump blinking and folding against the Wall Street Journal in his $20 billion lawsuit for defamation, because he doesn't like the fact that somebody leaked to the Wall Street Journal, maybe Ghislaine Maxwell's family, the leather-bound scrapbook birthday card for Epstein's 50th birthday, when Donald Trump allegedly didn't know he was a sexual predator and a pedophile. Yet, the birthday card submission from Donald Trump, whether he drew it or not, I don't care. It had his name on it. It was submitted on his behalf. That birthday card talked about Epstein being an enigma and leading a secret lives and having secrets. When one of your best friends is later found out to be a pedophile and a child sex trafficker, it's probably not a good look that you're writing birthday cards to him in which you refer to his secret life and the fact that he is an enigma. You know that Jeffrey Epstein, like you, likes young women. I'm Michael Popok. We got a new report. We got a new development in the Miami federal lawsuit by Donald Trump. Remember that deposition of Rupert Murdoch that he wanted immediately because Rupert Murdoch was old and about to die? Not that Donald Trump isn't. We've got a development. That's not happening anytime soon. And I'll tell you why. You're on Legal AF. While you're here, help us with our goal. I got a new goal. Take the viewership and make it our subscriber base. And if you'll do that for me and take a moment and hit the subscribe button, I can stop asking for subscribers. Let's try that. All right, let's get, with all kidding aside, remember about 2 weeks ago, the Wall Street Journal, owned by Rupert Murdoch, ran a story on its front page, one of several front page stories about the Epstein file. We said at the time that Wall Street Journal must be working with some insider, maybe in the former Department of Justice that prosecuted Epstein and Maxwell. Maybe Maureen Comey, who's the daughter of James Comey, the FBI director, who was fired by Donald Trump. Maybe she was cooperating. Or maybe Ghislaine Maxwell's family decided to remind Donald Trump that she might be able to hurt him unless she got a pardon. Well, suddenly, a leather-bound scrapbook, with submissions from various famous people at the time, a lot of B-listers, D-listers, C-listers, with card submissions. It's like a yearbook where you like write, but like for adults, except the guy was a pedophile. And one of the submissions that they got to see that was part of the evidence tool bag against Ghislaine Maxwell was this birthday card, kind of obscene birthday card with a little pornographic cartoon drawn. And again, I don't care if Donald Trump drew it. Let's assume he didn't draw it. Plenty of people on his staff know how to draw. How do I know that? Michael Cohen told me. So somebody drew it for him. I mean, I'm not expecting like the Donald Trump, the apex officer of Trump organization, took time to do an arts and crafts project. He's got plenty of people on his staff to do that, but he signed it with his little Sharpie pen, and it had those lewd comments. Why is it important? Because Donald Trump keeps trying to downplay that he had a close relationship. This was his best friend for 15 years. They partied together. They chased girls together. So Wall Street Journal runs the article. What are they supposed to do? Ignore it? Well, I don't know about this. It was part of the evidence box. It's not like the Hitler diaries, the hoax. So they're reporters. They did what they're supposed to do, report. Donald Trump sues them for $20 billion because he had a conversation with Rupert Murdoch when he said, I didn't sign it. I don't make it. I don't draw. I don't doodle. We know that's a lie. And Rupert Murdoch said some version of, I'll take care of it. I mean, Trump heard that as he's not going to run the article. I think what Murdoch said is, let me go talk to my First Amendment lawyers. Let me go grill the reporter. Let me see the evidence. Let me see the corroborating evidence. Let me see who supports it. And then he was like, yeah, we're going to run the story. Because if he didn't, somebody else would have. Donald Trump sues him down in Miami. Weird place to sue. Gets Judge Gale. I know Judge Gale, very fine judge. He got Judge Gale the last time he sued somebody like Michael Cohen for defamation. And then immediately sues for $20 billion. It's a phony birthday card. This, again, I want to make this clear. This is not like a loose birthday card you get at a Hallmark store. This is a handmade, pasted into a book from 30 years ago, 25 years ago, birthday card. Okay? With lots of other people in there who have not denied that they also made submissions for this album that was solicited by, wait for it, Ghislaine Maxwell, Donald Trump's other best friend, sexual sex trafficker, predator, who he gave immunity to, relocated to a low security, not even minimum security, the lowest security. She could hop over a fence at any time. Celebrity jail in Texas. You know, in the DOJ and the Bureau of Prisons, they don't normally reward child sex traffickers with better accommodations. Even the people in there allegedly are pissed off that she got transferred into this new unit in Texas. So she put the book together. So they file the suit back to Miami. They file a suit in Miami. They get Judge Gale. Not a great judge for Donald Trump. The last time there was a deposition issue about defamation in the Michael Cohen case, Michael Cohen set a very quick deposition. Donald Trump blinked and dismissed the case. Here, Donald Trump, I guess, wanted to look tougher. So he filed a motion, a bene esse motion, to try to get an early deposition before discovery, before the federal rules of civil procedure allow the exchange of documents or information in a case, too early, claiming that they needed it within the first 14 days because Rupert Murdoch is old. I'm not making this up. And they listed all of his, he fell, he broke his back, he got COVID, he passed out, he had whatever. He's 94. He may be 94. He's pretty sharp 94. And by the way, Donald Trump's no spring chicken himself. Got to take it quick because he has all the knowledge and all the information. I said at the time, that's a confession that they did not have a good faith basis to file this case. We don't know what he knows. He knows what he knows. Yeah, that's how a trial works. That's how litigation works. You don't know. You know what you know, and you don't know what the other person knows until the discovery process and the depositions. So here's how it works. You do a document exchange, you get some free federal discovery, and then you start setting depots 90 days from now or so. Donald Trump said, I need it in 14, which led to a series of conversations. Now, the Wall Street Journal hired some very fine lawyers. I know the local ones. I think they're at Gunster Yoakley, and the main lawyers are a very fine First Amendment law firm up in New York who handles these kind of cases. And now we have the announcement that Donald Trump's not taking the depo. In fact, they've agreed there'll be no depositions. They won't take an early deposition of Trump, and he won't take an early deposition of Murdoch, and we'll wait to see what happens if the Wall Street Journal's motion to dismiss is successful. There's no discovery. If the motion to dismiss is not successful, they can start talking about an orderly deposition. So let me translate what just happened as a trial lawyer. The lawyers in New York told Donald Trump, you want to take him 14 days from now, then 15 days from now, we're taking your deposition. And Donald Trump said, I'm busy that day. Can we get back to you on a date? No. And so if you're going to play this game and you want to do this without discovery and without the documents, you're not going to like what our guy's going to say, and we're going to take your deposition to support our motion. And they probably raised the specter of Rule 11, which is a federal rule of sanctions for bringing a bad faith case, and said, and that deposition of Donald Trump, that's going to support our Rule 11 sanction against the lawyers in this room. Alejandro Brito from Coral Gables, Florida, shout out to you for a negative reason, and the rest. And then that led to, why don't we not have the depots? Taco, is it Tuesday? Taco Tuesday here on Legal AF. Trump always chickens out. And shout out to good lawyering on display with the law firm in New York and Gunster Yoakley or so in the local counsel in Miami, who called Donald Trump's bluff, said what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You want mine, we want yours. And he said, let's wait to see what happens with your motion to dismiss. Shows how little confidence they have in their case, because it is more than 50-50. I put the odds at 70-30 that Judge Gale is going to grant that motion for summary judgment or motion to dismiss on First Amendment grounds, because Donald Trump has to show that there is actual malice, that they knew that this was a lie and they published it anyway. And I don't think that's gonna be supported even right now, and have to make out that he was damaged in some way by this. I don't know how he was possibly damaged. His reputation, Donald Trump's reputation, is almost impossible to defame because he has such a terrible reputation to begin with. And so you got that going on. And you also have, number of privileges, fair reporting privilege. They're just reporting on evidence that dropped into their lap and leaked to them. Others in the book said it's theirs. Alan Dershowitz is in the book. All right. I think Graydon Carter is in the book. A whole bunch of people are in the book, in the birthday book. So we'll continue to follow it. But that was great lawyering. You want mine within the 14th day? Get ready for yours on the 15th day. Oh, I'm busy. Let's wait to see what the judge does. And then I'll continue to follow this case in Miami as well. So until my next report, you're on Legal AF. Take a moment, hit that free subscribe button. Come over to Legal AF, the Substack, and take a look at things there as well, including filings that are important to you. So until my next report, I'm Michael Popok. Can't get your fill of Legal AF? Me neither. That's why we formed the Legal AF Substack. Every time we mention something in a hot take, whether it's a court filing or a oral argument, come over to the Substack. You'll find the court filing and the oral argument there, including a daily roundup that I do called, wait for it, Morning AF. What else? All the other contributors from Legal AF are there as well. We got some new reporting. We got interviews. We got ad-free versions of the podcast and hot takes. Where? Legal AF on Substack. Come over now to free subscribe.